Ah, finally. God. Like I've been trying forever to connect, to go live. Network in Nigeria can be so fabulous. So fabulous. Hi, guys. So who is online? If you're online, say hi. Hi. This network is trying to push us out from today's class, but then I'm a rugged person, so I don't give up easily. Who is online? If you're online, say hi and tell me where you're watching from. Hi. Who do we have here? Hi. Who is anything? Okay. Who is online? Let's make this speedy before the network turns off. Turn off again. Turn on. Turn off. Who is online? Please, if you're online, say something. Okay, so this is Bar from Tunisia. Tam. Can I pronounce this name? Sorry, I don't want to murder your name. Okay, so let me just call the Bar from Tunisia. Okay, nice having you online. Okay, so who is online? If you're online, say hi. The network is not that friendly today, right? But then we have to take today's class. We just have to keep moving. Hi. Who is online? I can see Yakubu from Lagos. Yakubu, nice to have you online. Okay, so this is 5:15. We just wait for just about 2 minutes to have members of this class, members of this community on board. Okay, so it has been really difficult trying to connect here, but then I'm happy that I'm live. Okay, today's class is very crucial, very vital, very important. Okay, so I really need to be around, no matter the network, no matter my village people wahala. Okay, so it's nice to have you, Yakubu, online. It's nice to have you, Ba. So let's know the other people online. Please, if you're online, say hi so that we know where you're watching from, so that we can connect. We can give examples that are relevant to your place of residence. Okay, so if you are connecting from Lagos, let's know. If you're connecting from Kaduna, if you're connecting from Niger, from Makurdi, from Ibadan, from Tunisia, from Canada, from America, from UK, from India, from Dubai. Just let us know where you're watching from so that when we are giving examples, we can take relevant examples that pertain to you, okay? So if you're online, say hi. We have just 1 minute to kick start. Okay. Hi. Who do we have online? Okay, so we have just 1 minute to go, and we'll just quickly start. For those of you that will be watching the replay, okay, after this section, we acknowledge you. Okay, we welcome you to our community. Okay, so just in case you have any question, don't forget to leave your question on the comment section. Be sure that I will definitely answer your question. But it will be really glorious if you can join us in the live class so that you can get to ask one-on-one questions so that we can just interact and bounce ideas. You understand what I mean, right? Okay. So, but if you are just if you don't have chance and you're watching this later on, you can as well leave your comment and be sure that I'll definitely answer all the questions. So who is online and where are you watching from? Okay, by my time, it is already 17 minutes past 5. So we'll just jump right into it, right? So our today's topic is the good and bad of export business from Nigeria. Okay, just like every normal business, you have the good, you have the bad, you have the advantage, you have the disadvantage, you have the merit, you have the demerit. Okay, for everything that there is good, for every good thing, for every things that have advantage, you still have some sort of disadvantage, okay? So I feel it is my duty to come online and tell you the way it is, right? Let me just tell you as a thief, both the good, the bad, so that it will help you make like some sort of informed decision, so that you don't just say, oh, I had that once I start exporting, I'll be making dollars, and you just jump into it. You do not even weigh your various options. So today class, we are going to be looking at both the advantages and the disadvantages of export. Okay, so number one advantage of export is, of course, you're going to be extending to global buyers. Okay, you're going to be extending your reach to global buyers. Okay, let's say you are producing which popular product do I like to? Okay, let's say I happen to see a lady that is producing she's producing seasoning without an MSG. Okay, you're all aware that MSG is really, really harmful to health. And most of the seasoning we have, especially in Nigeria, in fact, almost all of them have MSG, and MSG is really, really harmful to health. So I saw a lady producing seasoning without MSG. For Nigeria, for example, our customers may be people that are health conscious. Okay, her market size maybe like people that are so health conscious. And let me assume that probably this market size is like 1,000 in the inside the total population of Nigeria. Okay. By the time she starts exporting, don't forget that she can replicate that kind of customer in another country. So that 1,000 customers that are health conscious, that like buying seasoning, that don't have MSG, you still have duplication of that kind of customer in the UK. You have that type of customer in America. You have that type of customer in Jamaica. You have that type of customer in Netherlands. Okay, so when you start exporting, what's happened is it actually helps you extend to global scale. Okay, global buyers. Okay, you're able to reach wide people, wide audience, wide customers. Okay, this is one of the advantage of export. Another advantage of export is it increased profit, okay? Because they are selling something to a country where they don't have it. Okay, definitely the amount you are going to be selling it is not the same price as to how you'll be selling it to when you are selling it locally. Okay, let's say you are selling, I like using ginger. So before somebody say, why is it that it's only ginger you like using, okay? Let's say you are selling sesame seed, okay? And sesame seed, a kg is 1,000 naira in Nigeria. Of course, when you're exporting, you're not going to be exporting it 1,000 naira. Okay, so it actually help you make it actually increase your profit margin. Okay, then there is another advantage of risk mitigation. Okay, it actually helps you mitigate risk. For example, maybe you are selling in Nigeria and the risk is so high. Okay, by exporting to another country, okay, it actually helps you to mitigate risk. So we talk about increased competitive market share. Okay, so when you start exporting, you become more competitive. Okay, you become more competitive. That is another thing that the export market will help you achieve. Then another thing that you will benefit when you start exporting is economic of scale. Okay, because you know that once you start exporting, of course, you'll not be exporting two pieces of toothpick. Okay, most times export comes in volume. Okay, so because export comes in volume, and you are, I don't want to say you are forced to produce in large volume, but because export comes in volume, it means you are going to be producing more. Okay, and by the time you start producing more, it means you'll be buying raw material more. And when you are buying raw material more, your cost of this raw material will be cheaper. When you are processing in bulk, for example, you on your diesel and your let's say 100 kVA generator, once the diesel you need to power it per hour is like 25 liters of diesel. Okay, imagine your 100 kVA generator is taking 25 liter per hour, and you are selling small, probably because you are selling in the local market, and you are producing one kg of ginger. you see, you are not going to break even, you're not going to make money. But once you are producing in large volume, say that generator that is running 25 liters per hour, and you are producing tons of ginger or tons of sesame seed per hour, you see that there is economic of scale in terms of production, in terms of your cost of raw material, in terms of even your staff. Okay, your staff is supposed to produce probably 1 kg in an hour. Maybe in a month your staff is producing only 100 kg of ginger, and you are still paying them the same salary. But because you are exporting and you started selling in volume, they will produce in volume. So you see that there is economic of scale, right? So that is another advantage of exporting. Then another advantage again is government support. Okay, you see that most of the country, most government encourage exportation. That is why they have an arm where they strategically place it to promote exportation. For Nigeria, in Nigeria, for example, you have the Nigeria Export and Promotion Council, which is there to promote all the exports of non-oil, which is there to promote all the non-oil exports from Nigeria. Okay, so you have the support of all these parastatals and all these agencies in terms of grants, in terms of consultation, in terms of handholding. So you get government support. Then another thing is you add to the GDP of that country. Okay, somebody will ask, Debbie, you always say you add to the GDP. How do you add to the GDP when you are exporting? That is a very, very good question, right? You add to the GDP of your country because for every formal export that you do, there is a percentage that you pay. Okay, for you to export, for you to do a formal export, you must raise a form called NSP from your bank. Okay, where you declare the total worth of your product, and where you put the seller, the buyer that is buying the product, you generally put all the information on that form. Okay, and there is a percentage that they charge. Okay, there's a percentage that comes to the government anytime you export. Okay, that is why it's a formal exportation. So each time you export, there's a percentage. Some country will charge 0.5% of the total product that you're exporting. Some countries will charge 1%. Some country will charge 0.2%, depend on your country. Okay, so this money comes to the government purse. Okay, so indirectly or directly, you are actually adding to the GDP of your country. Imagine that you are doing volumes of transaction. Okay, let's say this month you export like 50 containers that is worth billions of naira, and they take that percentage. You see, you have added to the GDP, and it's a continuous business, right? It's not like a one-off thing. So you have added to the GDP of the country. Then apart from that, another advantage is you help generate effects to the country. Okay, you help generate foreign currency to the country, because when you export, you are not going to be paid in your own local currency. You'll be paid with with a foreign currency. Let's say you export to the Netherlands and you put in dollars. The money will be paid in dollars. Okay, sometimes they use dollars, they use pounds, they use um, different currency. Very rare that you see pounds, but usually most times is the dollar. Okay, so imagine, because of the inflow of dollars into the country, you can see the amount of dollars to naira. Okay, so when you're able to generate more dollars into the country, you will see that one, you have helped in trying to make naira a little bit stronger, because at least you are doing transaction that's bringing more dollars to the country. Then lastly, apart from even bringing to the country, apart from the country aspect of it, talking about you, most Nigerians, you like traveling. Okay, apart from even traveling, most Nigerians, you have children abroad. Okay, so, and oftentimes you go and look for these dollars to pay for your children's school fees, to pay for your international vacation, to pay for the houses that you are buying abroad. Okay, it's actually weakening our currency. Okay, but if you are an exporter and you have sold something before and you're able to generate, you are able to get dollars, by the time you repatriate the money into the into your account and you have settled and done everything that you are supposed to do, you see that you have dollars. Okay, you are not going to struggle to say, I want to buy dollars this price, I want to buy dollars that price. You can actually use from your dollars to pay for your children's school fees, to actually pay for your vacation, or to do anything that you want to do in dollars. Okay, so these are some of the advantages of going into international trade. Okay, if I have forgotten anything, please leave the comments on the comment section. I'm just thinking on top of my head, what are the benefits so far that I've enjoyed? Okay, and I think for me personally, I think it makes me really feel good. It makes me feel like a proud Nigeria. No, not proud. It makes me, in fact, arrogant. It makes me feel like an arrogant Nigerian. Like I feel like I'm contributing to the national GDP. I feel like I am doing something worthwhile. I feel like I'm doing something responsible. That's the word. Okay, responsible. So it gives me that sense of fulfillment. It gives me that sense of joy. Okay, and you see sometimes they give award like best exporter of the week. Can you imagine, like the president of Nigeria giving you a presidential handshake and telling you, come on, for a job well done? Okay, because export is not like every other business. Okay, as an exporter, you are an ambassador, whether you like it or not. You don't need anybody to come and say, hey, Ambassador Debbie. No, you are a self-declared ambassador, because your action or your inaction is going to affect the nation. Okay, anything that you do is going to somehow affect the nation. It is some company's error that we shipped beans and we are banned till today from the EU, that we cannot export beans. All the whole Nigerians are benefiting from it. So if you come on board and you do another thing that is so terrible, generations, the whole Nigeria will benefit from it. But how if you come in and you change the narrative, you are giving quality, made in Nigerian products, and people are beginning to see different things coming from this side. You are beginning to change the image of Nigeria. Okay, so these are some of the advantages of exporting from Nigeria. Just in case you have something that I have not mentioned, or have failed to mention, or I don't even know, or probably have not enjoyed it, please leave your comment on the comment section. Just like I said, we are here to bounce ideas so that I will know. But for me, being in this space, these are some of the key things that I have noticed over the years. Then the disadvantage, some people don't like hearing that, but you hear it so that you know how to balance it, right? So some of the disadvantages of exporting from this country is the supply chain disruption. Okay, you see that you sometimes you get products, sometimes you don't get product because of the inconsistency, the bandit, the herdsmen, the kidnapping. So the supply chain and disruption, even those that you can really rely on, that are farming, that you say, oh, this person have big farm, you will giving me all the time. The next day, the person may not be able to get access to the farm because of the insecurity in the country. So it's really a big problem. Okay. Then another problem is the high upfront cost. Okay, because oftentimes is a relation. It has to, exportation has have to do with relationship, right? Okay, the buyer don't know you, you don't know the buyer. Both of you are skeptical, both of you are scared of yourself. So the buyer may give you an LC, or may ask you to that both of you should do a cash against document. Okay, this means that you have to be you just have to commit some money upfront. Okay, imagine that you want to ship containers of ginger. Okay, the buyer will not give you money. It's not left for you to use your money, or to go and source for money from the bank, or to go to family and friends. Okay, and try to get the money and buy the product and sell to buyer. That is why I told you that one thing that have helped me, if I have contact, because I know that I don't have the money. Okay, so if I have contact, what I do is I bring women together and I'm like, this is the contract we have. Can we do it and share the money? Okay, that is the only way that have generated capital, because I know personally that I don't have the money. Okay, so the high upfront cost is a very big blow for export. Then the excessive documentation procedure actually scares a lot of people. Okay, you have so many countless documents that you have to battle with. You have to do your shipping documents, you have to do your financial documents, there are so many documents, but our previous class, if you have not watched, please go through my channel. I've discussed the process and procedures in export. For those people that have not done it before, I know it will be very difficult, but I can assure you that once you are able to do one or two, even if it's just one container, you can replicate it and do 50 container. Okay, so that is another problem. Then we have the problem of product adaptation. Okay, what you may produce here may not be suitable to another country. Okay, for example, I gave you an example that if you are producing a toilet seat, okay, from Nigeria, don't forget that if you want to produce to and sell in an Islamic country, or you want to produce and sell in a Christian country, where you put the handle is different. So you have to adapt your product to fit that country, probably because of the religion that is there or because of the culture of the people that is there. So that, because you have to care about the customer. It's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's about what your customer wants. Okay, so having to adapt to different markets, you move from what UK people want to what Nigerian people produce to produce to what UK people want, then move to what Indian people want, then move to what Turkey people want. You see that the high cost of tweaking your product to adapt to different countries is really, really a product. That is why in this class, I usually advise that if you want to go into export market, don't take plenty market and say, people plenty won't buy my product. You'll be confused. At the end, you just be buying so many machines and you'll be spreading too wide and too thin. Just take 2 markets and give your best, at most 3. Okay, so we talked about the political disruption. Okay, different countries with their political palaver. Okay, so imagine country that they have so much instability in their politics. Okay, that is another problem of exportation. Imagine that you have sent product and they started fighting and they have lockdown for like how many months or how many years, or and there is every other thing. Or maybe just imagine that maybe you are sending product to Cameroon, and your product just got to Cameroon and they say, there is political instability, they are fighting and all that and the rest. Your product may just be stuck in the airport. There is nothing you can do about it. Okay, even if it's product that maybe may get bad, it will just get bad like that. So that is another problem of exportation. But I have not really faced that one. But it's something that you should think about. Okay, it is possible. Okay, because your country is different from another person's country. That is why it's usually advisable when you are picking market, after you've choose the market that suits you, then try to look at their political stability, try to look at their currency, try to look at all those things that key factors, just so that to avoid some of this kind of problem in the exportation. Then we have the problem of currency fluctuation. Okay, you may export to one country today and the currency is very strong, and you say, hey, I don't hammer, I don't blow. And you know, export is especially when you are shipping, it's not something that you ship to them to arrive tomorrow. And maybe by the time the thing will get there, and before you people will, the person will pay you based on your agreement, the currency have the currency have turned to like paper. Okay, so that is another thing that you may want to think about. Okay, then we have the problem of multi-currency payment. Okay, because we are talking about international trade, there are so many currency involved. Okay, so you just have to know the ones that you are dealing with, master it very well. For example, if most of my product is quoted in USD, okay, so I have to know always the exchange rate between Naira and USD. Is Naira going up? Is USD coming down? I have to be doing some kind of projection and all that. So these are the good, the bad, and the ugly of exportation. Just in case I left anything out, please feel free. This is an interactive section. Feel free to leave your comments so that other people can learn. Even me, I can learn. Okay, like I told you, this class is just me coming to share my ideas of the mistakes that I have made and where I have succeeded, so that when you are going into it, like, you will be better than me. Okay, you're just going to be starting like where I'm starting, and that is where you're going to be starting. You're going to be starting on top of me. Okay, so basically that is what this today's class is all about. So we'll use the remaining remaining 5 minutes to take questions. so that as we are answering, others can learn. And for those of you that will be watching the replay, okay, feel free to leave your question, and definitely, I can assure you that I will respond to all the questions. So do we have any questions? I can see so many people online, but I'm not seeing their name. I can only see Ba from Tunisia, Yakubu from Lagos. Please, where are you watching from? And do we have any question? Where are we watching from? This one that you're watching like a monitoring spirit and you're not saying anything. That is God. Oh. Yeah, we watching from. And do we have any question? Okay, I think we don't have question. Good students. Okay, I think it's clear enough. Okay, but if you enjoyed today's lecture, please give me a thumb up. Tell me you enjoyed the lecture, and at least that will motivate me. Okay, or is it my network that is not working? Because I'm not saying anything here. Okay, I think the network is working. We don't really have questions. Okay, so thank you for today's class. Thank you so much. This is your host, Deborah Apochi. Okay, so we'll be taking our next class same time next week. That is 5 p.m. Okay, I'm just seeing a comment from Chineye, Nigeria. You are looking beautiful as usual. Thank you so much without makeup. Thank you so much. Okay, so leave your comment and I'll definitely answer your question. I remain your host, Omada, and see you same time next week. Bye. Bye.